Before the video starts, I want to warn you all that from the Act 2 the game starts to give us some random jump scares. If you're okay with that, enjoy the video. Hello everyone, it's Kruch and welcome to the 11th episode of Doki Literature Club Plus. So yeah, we've made it to the Act 2 and I also needed a one-day break because I'm going on a school trip for 3 days, but I think I'll try to record at least one video or maybe 3, it depends on if I find some time, and then videos will still be uploaded, although all of them will be recorded today, so no. Okay, so we can't really load the game, we have to make a new one because we've got no saves and they already disappeared magically from our game files too. So yeah, the music is really weird, and as well a mysterious person is just saying something we cannot really understand. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Wait, let me check if I'm recording. Yeah. That girl is and my neighbor and good friends who are children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Yeah, so... I mean, it's both scary and funny. It's like just some weird images have been shown to us and we're starting off again. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friends and friend groups walking to school together. Yeah, and from now the dialogues are not going to be the same because like that small small effect made it that the game is now done like Sayori never existed and doesn't exist either. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone, you see? So like Sayori is not here. That's so sad. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Kruche? Monika? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've been just looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Ah, about that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. So that's the same sentence she told us, but normally a bit later in the story. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. Oh my god. Sorry, like some of these are still unexpected. What's funny? I know some secrets of this game, and these random effects are completely random and are always in different places, and sometimes they're in the middle of sentences, so they do actually scare me, like a little bit, but I might, might stop reading in the middle of sentence because getting something like this, like a little jump scare. Literature, that sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. 3? Oh yeah, Monika, Yuri and Natsuki. I'm sorry guys. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not boring at all, Literature can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. One of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Yeah, we know it's Natsuki. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? I think that Monika knows a little bit more than we think she does, because she knows we like manga. It's kind of sus. She always insists that manga is literature too. Yeah, like she might talk about it, so we might join her club after all. She might just, I don't know, she might have spied at us or something, I don't know. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess, and besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monika say she? Hey Kruhu, by any chance are you still looking for a club to join? I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Kruhe, you know that. It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. Okay, that will be the title of the video. Because like the first episode was I sold my soul for a cupcake, and this time it will be I sold my soul to Monika and her smile. Because I don't want to use this difficult word. I dejectedly follow Monika across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki, but anyway, welcome to the club, Kruhe. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. Yeah, and this time, Yuri's vice president, not Sayari. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Kruhe in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, Sorry, I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. Okay, this is also a thing I want to comment on. So I think that Natsuki is talking about cupcakes, but she didn't make them because it was so sudden. But when Sayori was the one who made us join the club, she probably had told people from the club that she would bring a new member, and Natsuki could make that choice that time. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Kuruhu? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised that there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate, right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees, such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep the whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Haha, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Kuruhi, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. No, not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once and desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Haha, I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Okay, this is another funny thing. These lines are completely opposite to what Monika said in Act 1. That's interesting, that Monika's way of looking at Yuri is different. Oh, is that so? Really? If a story makes me think or takes me to another world, I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? This is Sayori's line. What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and give that back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. How's with time? 16 minutes. And okay, it's not something I should mention in the middle of a story because not everyone can hear that, but the next 3 episodes will be a bit shorter because I want to record all of them today. So they will be about 20 minutes and I'm not even worried about stopping in the middle of conversation. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of your own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Kruhe? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but they never made any decision. As if other class look at I lose my train of thought. All 3 girls stared at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Huh? The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Kruhe. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really, really hard to find new members, and if you don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. And this time, to be defenseless, we needed this Monika's sentence. Before, we just needed, let's say, these 4 girls, including Sayori, to look at us with sad faces to make the decision by ourselves. But now, Monika had to say this, and now we are sure we are going to join the club. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Kruhe? Yeah, it would be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Kruhe, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so you can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Kruhe, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Haha. Yeah, can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. Guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. This time Monika's seems to be flirting with us. Last time she was completely like a tutorial, let's say. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me, and I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Okay, and in Act 2, after completing each day, we unlocked one poem, so I guess I will have to grind it one time to unlock all of them. Well, let's read it. Oh, we've got a long one, but that's not a problem. We'll end this video with this. Things I like about Papa. I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks me about my friends. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when Papa gives me lunch money. I like when Papa comes home before sundown. I like when Papa cooks. I like when Papa gives me privacy. I like when Papa doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my friends. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when Papa comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa is too tired to notice me. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. So, from the Act 1, we can suppose that this poem is written by Natsuki, because when we choose word Papa in poem minigame, she's happy for that, but it's just assuming, yeah. But I suppose it's like this. So it seems like Natsuki has some hard time with her father, because like at first, like the climate of the poem is changing as it goes through. Like at first it's just about good things, like here is she likes when her father asks her about her friends, and then a few lines below she likes when he doesn't comment on her friends, and then like this bad thing, like accidentally drops coins in the couch, so she gets his money, or he's too tired for anything, so she doesn't have to talk to him. So that will be my little analysis, and with the mini game where we only have Natsuki and Yuri, we save the game. Oh no, on the page 2, that's disgusting. Okay, never mind. Let's just go to the main menu and see what we've unlocked. Okay, so I unlocked 1 of 11 special poems. The DLC selects 3 random special poems that appear when it is started for the first time. Yeah, 3 poems because 3 days. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I think I will record some more videos today later on, and but I'm not promising anything, but I'll try to record at least 1 video, but I still have some important things to do. So anyways, thank you all for watching. Once again, take care and goodbye.